So today I thought I'd teach you guys about something called early neurological stimulation, or ENS for short. It's something that we do with the puppies when they're really little babies like this. So I thought I'd do a little tutorial and you can see how we do it. So let's do it. Let's get into it. So ENS is typically done from when the puppies are around 3 to 4 days old up until they're around 3 weeks. So during that time of their life when they can't walk yet. The theory behind ENS is that you are introducing the puppies in a controlled way to small amounts of mild stress, which they then can learn to easily recover from. So you're basically introducing them to these small little stresses in a controlled setting, and then they are quickly recovering from those, which sets them up to be more resilient and hopefully less likely to be anxious when they grow into adult dogs. I personally think that doing ENS with puppies, particularly when you're raising a breed that has a higher instance of anxiety when they're older, is really important because you're giving them the best chance to turn into a dog that is well adjusted and happy later on. And you're doing that by teaching them that small stresses are a part of life and not something that has to cause a big impact. It's actually something that they can easily bounce back from. So before we get started, I just want to make one important point, which is that exposing your puppy to just random stresses is not the same as ENS. ENS is done in a very specific and controlled way, and what we don't want to do is overstress a puppy of this age. They are very sensitive little things in the first 3 weeks of their lives, and their nervous systems aren't fully developed. So if you are going to do ENS with your puppies, just make sure you follow the steps and don't overdo it. Because overstressing puppies at this age can actually lead to the opposite effect of causing them to be more anxious later on. So we're going to use little Posy to demonstrate the exercises. Each exercise is done for no more than 5 seconds, so it's very short. And the first one that we do is what we call supine position. So we're going to flip her on her back, making sure we're supporting her spine, particularly where her neck is. And I'm just going to gently rub her tummy while she lies there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to turn her back up and give her a little pat and a kiss and reassure her that she's okay. The next little exercise we do is tipping their head down towards the ground. So we want to make sure we're supporting their front paws so that they don't feel like they're going to slide onto the floor. So we do that also for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we bring her right side up again and give her a little cuddle. So the third little exercise we're going to do is the opposite to the second one. So we tilt them up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's usually the easiest one and the one that they're the most okay with. And then the last exercise we do is stimulating their paw pads. And for this, I generally use a cotton tip. I'm going to move a bit closer so you guys can see more easily. It's going to be hard to do on camera. But we're going to use the Q-tip and we're just going to gently stimulate in between their little beans, just for a few seconds on each paw. So once you've done all the exercises, you want to make sure you pop them straight back with mum for some milk and time to recover from that little stress that you've just induced. And then move on to the next pup. And we just do this once a day. We make sure that we do it at a time where we haven't been doing anything else with them that is also potentially stressful, like weighing them or anything like that. We want to make sure that we're keeping these periods of stress very small and controlled because, like I said, we don't want to overdo it. Next tutorial I'm going to do is going to be about ESI, or early scent introduction, which is another thing we do with the pups as they get a bit older, to help stimulate their nose and sense of smell. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.